woman asked Peter, "You are not one of that man's disciples, are you?" "No," he said, "I'm not." Ooh. He denied Jesus. Because it was cold, the household servants and the guards had made a charcoal fire. They stood around it, warming themselves, and Peter stood with them, warming himself. The high priest questions Jesus. Inside, the high priest began asking Jesus about his followers and what he had been teaching them. Jesus replied, "Everyone knows what I teach. I have preached regularly in the synagogues and the temple, where the people gather. I've not spoken in secret. Why are you asking me this question? Ask those who heard me. They know what I said." Good point, Jesus. Then one of the temple guards standing nearby slapped Jesus across the face. "Is that the way to answer a high priest?" he demanded. Jesus replied, "If I said anything wrong, you must prove it. But if I'm speaking the truth, why are you beating me?" Then Annas bound Jesus and sent him to Caiaphas, the high priest. Gosh, it's just ironic because all these priests know the word, know the scriptures, study the Bible, and it predicts a Messiah. Yet when Jesus came, he's the Messiah. They didn't realize it. Some of them did believe, but they were secretive about it because they didn't want to be kicked out of the priesthood or whatever. So wild. Peter's second and third denials. Meanwhile, as Simon Peter was standing by the fire warming himself, they asked him again, "You're not one of his disciples, are you?" He denied it, saying, "No, I'm not." Peter. But one of the household slaves of the high priest, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, asked, "Didn't I see you out there in the olive grove with Jesus?" Again, Peter denied it, and immediately a rooster crowed. There you go. What Jesus told him would happen happened. Jesus' trial before Pilate. Jesus' trial before Caiaphas ended in the early hours of the morning. Then he was taken to the headquarters of the Roman governor. His accusers didn't go inside because it would defile them. Then he was taken to the headquarters of the Roman governor. His accusers didn't go inside because it would defile them. Oh, and they wouldn't be allowed to celebrate the Passover. So Pilate, the governor, went out to them and asked, "What is your charge against this man? Why we wouldn't have handed him over to you if he